Welcome to Ato Expedition. In the last few episodes we re-entered South Africa before finding a house to rent where we could fix up Mafuta. It started out with simple fixes, like removing all the rust and dirt from the landy, then onto replacing torn canvas. But after attempting to join the Defender trophy, there were more pressing repairs to attend to. After replacing the fuel pump, we turned our focus to the last major gremlin that stopped us in our tracks. The gearbox. It had been steadily wearing down throughout West Africa, to the point of it being nearly impossible to shift down through the gears, forcing us to go from 5th gear to 3rd gear on inclines. Here's how we fixed it. First thing to do was to drain and remove the transfer case. Some people leave it on when they remove the gearbox, but leaving it on would make the gearbox too heavy and unwieldy when removing it. The next thing to do was to remove everything in the center of the front cab to openly access the top of the gearbox. We had to put a jack under the engine and the gearbox to keep them in place. We put straps around them to make sure they didn't fall out, and then removed the mounts and slowly unbolted everything from the gearbox and pulled the gearbox slightly out of the landy.
Yeah, so now I've got it. Is it off? Yeah, it's off. Yeah. You may actually want to lift the engine a bit. Really? Yeah. Because the bow housing's now higher. Yeah, but is the shaft disconnected?
Can you take them up? Shit, yeah.
Look to me.
The shaft is skewed inside. It's like the whole bow housing is a bit skewed, so the shaft is still inside.
Okay, so we'll give it enough pull.
Can you just tell me if it goes really nice?
Okay, ready? Ready. Okay, release the tension there, Kilo. I think the shaft's out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's out. It's released. Oh, it's tight on the one side but loose on the other. What? One at a time. Okay, mine works. It's tight on the one side but loose on the other. Okay, so release that. I have. Yeah, be careful with that, huh?
Yeah, you be careful because if it drops, it's going to drop in your head.
Oh, it's still hanging on.
Oh, I see. Oh no, the shaft's still in.
Is it?
The next step was to take apart the gearbox and diagnose our faults. And before long we had found it. A cog had broken into several large pieces. After cleaning and reassembling the gearbox, we sent it off to Johannesburg to a highly recommended refurb shop. With the gearbox out of our hands, it was time to reward ourselves with a braai and a bit of chill time, but the chill time didn't last long at all. Enter the beast. After much manipulation and foul trickery, Louisa persuaded us to get a dog. A lap dog, she said, cute and cuddly, with no problems at borders, and he even flies for free. And what did we get? A skinny, neurotic psychopath. With an intense hatred for work boots, gun boots, and any sort of peaceful silence, he'd alert us if even the slightest leaf fell, using his high-pitched screech that had enough vigor to split the heavens. To say he wasn't the dog we were promised is a sheer understatement. But nonetheless, Chewie's psychopathic nature perfectly matched Louisa's type of crazy, and we've all come to love him. Despite my strongest beliefs that Chewie would be an awful travel dog, he, while not by much, has proven me wrong. He incidentally is a very good guard dog, and his high energy nature is a great motivator for everyone in the family to keep fit. And Chewie is intense with everything he does, including being cute. When he isn't making me wish I was deaf, he is more than likely being cute. Without a doubt, he has stolen the hearts of everyone in the family, along with everyone he meets, except for the ones, of course, that he attacks.
Oh! Look at you go, Chewie! Oh! Go, Chewie, go! Oh my gosh, look at him! Chewie! What? Yes! Look at you! Oh!
Oh, you want? I tricked you, little dog. Oh, it's so good. You want some? You fell again for my tricks. Ah! What do you want? It's so good. You want? Huh? Huh? You want? Whoa! No!
ready for it. Oh, you're...
He wasn't ready for that.
When we finally got the gearbox back, what do you know? The couriers didn't give two shits about it and knocked it all about. Luckily for us, there was no serious damage on it. We ordered some more parts. Once the parts arrived, it was time to install. But while we had the gearbox uninstalled, we decided it was time to install a heavy-duty clutch that would hopefully last us the next decade. It was finally time to install the gearbox, and with an extra set of hands. Hein, the man we were renting the house from, had returned with his family from America and wanted his house back. Reinstalling the gearbox, while being more difficult than taking it out, was made a lot easier with Hein's help.
In English. Tight. Tight. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tight.
We managed to install it within a few hours and we were ready to go, but Hein had a present for us. Being the North American distributor for Quick Pitch, he wanted to give us a Quick Pitch shower tent to go with our awning that we got from Howling Moon not long before. After helping us install it all, we were off. Throughout the next month we worked hard and released our fourth book, Europe Overland, and now it was time for a little Christmas getaway. It happened to be a perfect long-term test for our new clutch and gearbox. We spent Christmas in Ierlandsby with Louisa's stepmom's family, and we had a great time. Not long after, we met up with the Browns, our great friends visiting from Texas. We travelled all around the Western Cape with them. Most notably would be our time spent together in Umshanti, where we stumbled across a puff adder, and thanks to Scott's skills, we managed to relocate it. But there was another reason why this was great. The Browns had brought over a very important package for us containing a very nice and very new DJI Mavic Mini. Before that point, there was always a slight jealousy towards people who had drones. We wanted one. Bad. We had tried the quote-unquote cheap option once in Italy, but what we got was a glorified RC toy with a defective camera strapped onto it. But this was the real shiz. Although being considered quote-unquote entry level, it made us so happy. To be able to get the shots that we couldn't before and so much more. The possibilities are truly endless. So on that note, I'll end this one with the drone montage. Thanks again to Scott Brown and fam for bringing this over from the US for us. And generally just being awesome. Thank you for watching. And be sure to check out our previous videos. While you're down there, you might as well like and share this video. And if you want to do even more than that, you can head over to patreon.com/A2A Expedition, where you can get started for as little as $3, supporting us so we can make the best videos possible. And when we got the Gearbox back, what do you know? It was trashed. Damn couriers.